السلام عليكم ورحمه الله وبركاته. معكم ايرور بقى ان شاء الله. النهارده هنلعب كرايمز اند بانشمنت شارلوك هولمز. طبعا عشان انا نزلت الجزء الاول، يا ريت لو ما حدش شاف قبل ما تشوف الفيديو ده تروح تشوف الجزء الاول عشان تبدا ماشي معايا في القصه، تبقى انت فاهم اللعبه. قلت بقى ايه ادخلكم في الجد كده وانزل بقى فيديوهات سريعه كده للعبه دي عشان نخلصها ان شاء الله. اتمنى الفيديو يكون اللي فات يكون عجبكم والفيديو ده يعجبكم، وما تنسوش الدعم والاشتراك. وزي كل كلمه وكل مره، لو في اي لعبه انت عايز العبها او اي حاجه يا ريت تكتب لي تحت في الكومنتات او اي تعليق او اي حاجه تكتبه لي يعني. اوكي، فيلا ندخل نشوف. احنا اخر مره بلاش احرق يعني انا نصيحه، اللي ما شافش الفيديو ده، اللي ما شافش الفيديو بتاع الجزء الاول ما يشوفش الفيديو، يشوف الفيديو الاول وبعد كده يشوف الفيديو ده عشان تبقى انت فاهم القصه يعني. ماشي. واحنا كنا واقفين اخر مره عند الحته ايه، عند بتاع الظباط ده. مستر عليكم يا رجاله. تقولوا هنا بقى مستر هولمز، ها؟ بيس مان. طيب ده يتكلم، ده كويس.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes?
ده ايه ده اصلا؟ انت حرستوني ولا ايه ده؟
These are the suspect's belongings. And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
تقول لنا ايه الموضوع؟ ماشي. هتشوف الموضوع ده بعدين.
Notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Evidence. انا دلوقتي اعمل ايه بقى؟ اعمل ايه؟ هي ماشي. انا مش عارف بصراحه اعمل ايه.
A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin.
ماشي، هو عامل
A handkerchief with the initials JH.
هي موجوده على GHN دي اللي موجوده على لسه في حاجات لسه ما اعرفش.
These are the suspect's belongings.
لسه في حاجات انا ما اعرفش عنها حاجه. evidence square. انا مش عارف تاب ماشي.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
ايه بقى بتميل لايه بقى حضرتك؟ قول لي. خلينا نشوف الحاجه دي بعدين، ممكن نفهمها بعدين. نشرحها. طب انتوا يعني فاتحينها مثلا كده للدولة الوطني يعني ولا ايه؟ ولا في حاجة؟
Locked. Mr. Holmes?
لا بص، سيبك منه ده دلوقتي هنشوف. لا انت مالكش دعوة. ايه يا حاج اللي جابك هنا يا حاج؟
اداب.
خلينا ايه؟ تعال نسألك يا باشا. جولدن رينج نوت بوك. طيب احنا المفروض بقى احنا زي
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan.
ده نفهم.
The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
انت كداب يلا. انت كداب يلا
The
وشكلك
police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
انت في ايه طيب؟ اوبا.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose
طيب
is it?
طيب.
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
يا اسطى.
والله
The
غبي
police
والله
seized
غبي.
this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from
لا احنا
anyone.
لازم نركز
It has always belonged
هي
to
دي يا
me.
باشا اللي بجيب تي بس عشان افهم. ما هي دي المفروض ده بتاع.
The ring's date of engraving
عارف
is
إن دي
many
يا
years
اسطى أمال
ago.
إيه التخلف
You
اللي
would have been a
هيحصل له؟
child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
تعالى بقى ايه نشوف الدنيا بتاعته. شابي كاب ماشي بتاع مستر شيلبي.
والله دمي خفيف يخرب بيتك يا فواز عسل عسل.
عشان عنده شنب اعدادي ده. تاتش. هو فقير يعني. تنك. لا مش بتاعته. ماشي. في حاجة تانية. ماشي. اكيد لسه في حاجة يعني بس يلا اعمل لسه بدور دلوقتي. انك ماشي. ايه الحاجة؟ expensive fabric.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
بس مين اللي
The ring is mine.
انت كدابة. غلط. اوكي تقريبا الجاكيت جاكيت.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
مش احنا جامدين يا حبيبي.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please let me go. I'm innocent.
طلع صوتك هنا. انا ان شاء الله كده طبعا يا جماعه بعد ما خلصنا تحقيق وكده المفروض ان احنا هنربط الادله ببعضها. ماشي مش نافع. اوكي ايه عملنا حاجه بريك. ماشي هو اللي احنا بنعمله في البتاع دي تقريبا ان احنا بنبدا زي ما انا بنبدا ايه ان شاء الله نجمع الادله. في ممكن ادله تانية ممكن نجمعها، ممكن ايه لا مش ماشيين مع بعض. يبقى احنا ايه خلينا نضغط بي تاني بي تاني نشوف كده ايه الادله. ماشي خلينا ايه الرايق. الادله بدات تتجمع. هو كان بيقول ايه we need to find out مش عارف ايه on scale. المفروض ان احنا بندور على واحد ان هو يقدر يستخدم الويبن اللي مات بيها الولد ده، اللي هو البيتر ده، اللي هو المقتول.
I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
ماشي قرأنا دي نحن. كنت تاني ماشي. هكلم بقى المعلم واتسون.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
المفروض احنا بقى نجرب نشوف. هنروح دلوقتي الجزار عشان نجيب ايه نجيب
I need to take a harpoon with me.
خنزير. ماشي عشان ايه نحط فيه الهاربون اللي هو بتاع الاداة. هنروح دلوقتي في المكان اللي هو اتقتل فيه الراجل اللي هو عمو بيتر ده. يس لا مش عايز لودين كتير الله يكرمكم. يعني مش شغلانه هي بصراحه. رايح راجع. نروح نجيب الهاربون الاول. هو عادي كده بقى بدخل بقى مسرح الجريمه زي ما احب انا صح. مفيش حد هنا ولا في اي حاجه. طب يا جماعه حد يشيل البتاع ده يا جماعه الدم ده.
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
تمام. كان في حاجه هنا ماب. لا فاكس من الماب. ماشي عايزين بقى نروح ايه جزار ونجرب بقى زي ما تقول كده ازاي اتعمل الواد ده اللي هو اتقتل ازاي يعني. لان هو مات بالهاربون انتوا عارفين. بس يعني هنجرب كام حاجه يعني.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in
يا جماعه دي بلق يا جماعه.
The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
ولا الموضوع صعب والله، الموضوع صعب. ماشي.
The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
اوبا.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
بيقول ان لازم يبقى في واحد، يعني عشان يعمل الموضوع ده لازم يبقى في واحد فاهم ان هو بيعمل ايه او عنده قوة ان هو متدرب على الموضوع ده.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
بي ماشي. اوكي ماشي. جمعنا الأدلة بتاعت ان هو ممكن يبقوا من هناك يعني. انا مش عارف دلوقتي ان انا اروح فين بالظبط. اروح بليز، والله ما عارف، ما خدتش بالي.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
ايه ده؟ ايه ده يا حاجة؟ اتوافق ايه؟ ايه ده؟ انا دلوقتي انا دلوقتي ايه؟ اوكي. newspaper. اوكي. هو المفروض هنا.
That is Here it is.
انا فهمت دلوقتي
Now I
حضرتك.
begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him. I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
ممكن تقريبا اروح اسال مراته، شوف كده، اروح اسال الست الكل دي، شوف الدنيا. maybe he is something. لسه قاعدة من زمان هنا.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
"1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Log notes. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in all. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
احنا دلوقتي المفروض ان احنا قلنا للواد ده عشان يشوف لنا ايه موضوع البحارين ودول، لان كان ابو الواد اللي احنا عملنا معاه التحقيق في البوليس وكده، اللي احنا عملنا معاه التحقيق، ابوه كان يعني بيسيل مع في البحر وكده مع اللي هو اللي اتقتل ده. فاحنا عايزين نعرف العلاقة بينهم الاول عشان نبدأ نشوف ليه الواد ده جه اصلا هنا او كده يبقى ليه الموضوع يعني. ايه خلينا نشوف الاسم. هو كلمونا عشان
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always. What happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
Mr. Holmes?
لا خليني نروح للرايق. بس كده انت مديلي دارك ليه يا اسطى؟ في عبيط ولا ايه؟
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
طلع لي يا ابن الواد ده.
Allow me to
طلع لي يا
introduce
ابن الواد ده.
myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my head.